Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I have a Noops video for you, but also just want to give you a little review of the Witter Coin U coin show. So this was something that was new, and if you're wondering what Witter Coin is, Witter Coin U, Witter Coin is a coin shop in San Francisco. The owner puts on a week-long university for young numismatists, also called YNs. And this year, for a new wrinkle, on this final day on Saturday, we had a little mini bourse. We had a little show. And we had something like 40 or 50 cabinets open, right, for people to look at. And so most of the kids had some of their own inventory. There were some major dealers that came in and set up. There are people there that have inventory like you wouldn't believe. I mean, you'd have to go to the ANA show to see some of the stuff that was there. And so that was pretty incredible to see that, and then to work with the kids. It is not a normal type show because it's not open to the public, and it's like a lot of shows that I go to do. I could have spent all day there, and I could have done a lot more, but the point of the show was mixed because I spent a lot of time talking to the YNs. They'd come up to the table, and I'd chat them up. They'd talk about stuff. And it was really cool to see and to talk to them about their different passions and hobbies and stuff that they know and stuff that, because a lot of them, if they specialize, they already know more than I do in their area of expertise. So if you've ever been to the PCGS members only show, it's a little bit like that, just in a smaller room because you have that small number of dealers in there. It's not a very big event at all. So overall, it was a fun experience. I hope to be there again next year. In the meantime, I did buy a few things, and so that's what this is all about. So let's take a minute and we'll go through some of the fun stuff that I bought while I was in San Francisco. Cisco, that's a fun name. Now let's take a look at some of the things that I bought while I was at the show, starting with this little Soapbox 1958 Franklin $half with a little bit of some toning on it. This guy actually paid 40 bucks on that. It doesn't have the what would you call that, the blue back on there, but the lettering looks to be blue. Yeah, that's blue. It's blue or it's faded, one of the two. But overall, it's a nice coin. Kind of fun. I'm one of these guys that's kind of on the fence when it comes to collecting plastic. The irony is that I like collecting old things, right? So like I like stuff like this, right? That type of stuff. And so I get it when you buy old holders like this and try to put sets together. It's pretty challenging finding the old Soapboxes. So that'll be something more than $40 once we get it up on the website. And I got a little bit of everything. It was kind of fun. The 1794 Carlos IV. Here it looks like it's a Mexican 8 real, but as we turn it over, one of the things that you'll see is that this is the Lima, Peru mint mark. I know it looks like it says like me or May or something. That actually, the first is the L, then the I and the M and the AE. It's actually like 5 letters on top of each other, the same way the Potosí mint has their mint mark, just all the letters kind of put together. Really a nice piece on this guy. This guy will be 1 1/4 on that guy. Just nice even Steven. Can I say that? Even Steven? I probably some type of copyright infringement. Something like that. So also I had a few more Soapbox that I bought. These are fun because these are really inexpensive. Just some old walkers, and also, I shouldn't have showed you the grade on them. This one I like is they just call it a 62, and it's got a lot of little chatter on it. And so no shame in that. Just a nice original uncirculated coin. These old walkers, these guys are like in the $45 to $50 range. I got 2 different dates here. It's the Denver. For those of you who don't know, the mint mark is right at 7 o'clock on these guys. That little D there is for the Denver mint. Reverse is lovely. This is the one that I shouldn't have shown you. That this one they also only called a 62, but you've got a really nice open field here, and that's one of the money spots on the Walker half. And then over that, the sun is really clean. This is the type of coin that I think it's pretty easy to call it undergraded, by today's standards. Just really, really a pretty coin all around. The other one, 62, kind of fits the bill. It's got a lot of chatter to it. This coin, on the other hand, is just super, super sharp. Yeah, that would be a tough set to put together, like put together a walk or short set in old annex soap boxes. I'm still waiting for CAC to start stickering these. Not the newer annex holders, but the old ones. I think it's long overdue. Nice little gentle tone on this. And this one also, it's just a really pretty coin. 1943 Philly, just like the other one. And just like the other one, they only get rated at a 2. You know, I know you guys prefer it when I crack them out, but it's hard for me to ever crack out soap boxes, I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't know what it is. I'd rather crack out rattlers, but that market's kind of gone cray-cray too. So, and then here we go again with another, this is another 42D, also called a 62. And once again, you can see there's a lot more, little bit of line action over there in the field, more hits on the body of this coin. But both those 43Ps are very much so, in my opinion, undergraded. Really pretty coins. Also, let me see here. There happened to be some U.S. action going on here too. Got this 1904 dime, which is a nickel. If you didn't know that, I said dime. This is what happens when you have jet lag. And as my friend pointed out, San Francisco is the same time zone. So what type of jet lag are you talking about? I'm like, well, just, you know, give it up for me, would you? Nice V nickel. Really, really lustrous. Couple little spots, keeping it at a 4 instead of a gem state. This guy, I think, is about 190 on that guy. Real pretty piece. Real pretty piece. One of the things I've been fascinated with lately is these proof nickels. You know, and the proof nickels, what I'm fascinated with on these guys is just how inexpensive they are for, you know, relatively nice coins. And I think probably part of it's because, you know, they start to get a little spotty and stuff. And so guys who are collecting them, you know, who really want the high-end stuff, they just hold out for like 66s and stuff like that. But, you know, here's a proof 64, 1882 for 350. And I just think, you know, that's such a cooler coin than like a Carson City GSA. So I got a couple of those guys here. Here's another 82. This one's a little bit cleaner, fewer spots to it. Overall, a nice strike. The fun thing on these, of course, is that strike is really, really strong. 390. That's a proof 65 on that guy. So, you know, for another 40 bucks, you get a whole point up on that. So that's probably a pretty good deal for somebody. I did buy quite a few little raw tidbits here. Yeah, even brought home some ancients. See, anytime you see these ones that are kind of fat, they look Roman, but then they don't look Roman because the design looks Roman, but then you're like, wait a second, it's kind of fat. It doesn't look like a denarius or anything. And then, oh wait, the lettering also, how is that lettering working out for you? Because it looks like it's maybe Roman, maybe Greek. What is it? Well, it's Egyptian. So anytime you kind of see that fat looking coin that's Roman, it's from the area of Egypt. This is Claudius and Antonio, and really cool piece. This I think is 150 on this guy, but I really like when you can see the edges. Looks like maybe someone tried to plug that there, or maybe that's just original. It's hard to tell, but a lot of character here. Didn't know mullets were in back then. We've got some pirate treasure. These are cool. What's fun about these is I've got 2 of them. Also, what's fun about these is this one's in a little bit extra thick holder. Mexico type. They've got the type on here, no date, 27, 28. So if you want a cool pirate treasure coin, this one's nice because you can see the castle really clear. That's a part of a lion on that side. big silver slugs. And when they were stamped out, you know, they were already kind of ugly looking, but now, you know, they're just a thing of beauty. So these are 360 each on these guys. I got the two different, very different flanges. This one's really thick. Both of them are an 8 real, 1701 to 1733 type on this. Once again, this is the cross in the center. There's a castle on one side, a lion on the other, lion down here. I could be lying to you right now. And what part do we get to see on this one here? Just a little bit of the edge on that guy. But once again, really cool pieces. Those guys are 360. And I got another US coin for all you US lovers here. Had to get something else US. This guy, the Spanish Trail, is considered to be kind of like one of the key dates for the $50 series. This one has a very original look to it. But I do like overall the strike on this. What's cool about the design on this coin is it has almost like a double rim. You know, if you look at how, you know, or maybe even call it like a triple rim. Look above. I'm going to look at the rim between the edge here and the word United, and you can just see the way it's got, you know, the way they manufactured that with like a double rim. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And of course, the old Spanish Trail. Very clean coin overall, not very lustrous. And, you know, that's all that OG on it, but also not very many marks. And there you can see the old Spanish Trail going all the way, by the way, if you didn't notice, from Florida. So this is basically I-10, by the way, to El Paso. The old Spanish Trail is I-10. And if you go just another 4 hours from El Paso, you hit Tucson. 1535, 1935, MS65. Lots of fun stuff there. 300,055. I was just trying to get a 5 at the end of it. So this guy's going to trade at about 1,400 on that guy. Tough coin to get. What else do I got here? I got some, you know what? I got a couple more fun things. Some of these I had, man, I had someone else write down for me here, you know, exactly which ones they were, because you can tell when you look at them. These little guys, little half real Peru, like very specific to the assay on how these were created. Most of these little guys are roughly $75 to $100 type coins. I'm not going to look at them too close here. I got to grab another one for you if I can. I didn't have much in the way of supplies with me, so you know I had to make these. Another half real, early 1700s. They're so cool, the little guys. Get that closer. And you can see some people think that on the right there, that was the invention of the dollar sign. I don't think that's the actual history of the dollar sign, though. I thought it came from European descent, but I could be wrong. Let me see here. I got, oh, dude, this one. This is like one of my favorite things ever. Look at this coin. You guys like counter stamps on 8 reals? Just a few. Just a few. Look at that. That is just crazy fun. All right. Just a stamp on a stamp on a stamp. And look, what's really cool about this one is basically you can see through it right there. I gotta get my light out so you can see through it. Yeah. How many coins light up like that? So this coin is cool. It's an 8 real. It also happens to be a little bit more scarce one. It's from Bolivia. And it's got, there's the, where'd that mint mark go? You can make out, oh, the dates over here. It's 1819, 1819. and just lovely, lovely, lovely on this piece. Oh, there's the NG right over here, underneath a few more stamps. So this one I want 200 on that, just as a piece. It's just kind of wild and crazy stuff. Lastly, I got a handful of Ishibus in, really high grade. I'm actually going to send them in to get certified, but if anybody wants one for 50 bucks in this grade, you can have them like this. And if not, you know, I'll get them certified. There were several, but very cool pieces. And then last but not least, I have got kind of a more scarce piece from Spain. You know, looks like, you know, for those of us who collect Mexican, of course, it looks just like the Mexican coin 1811, but it has a more scarce reverse type to it here. And pretty fun stuff. You know, I don't see too many of these with this type of reverse to it. And now I can't remember the Spanish mint that is CI offhand here. I just like the fact that it says rum. Okay, well, it actually doesn't say just that. It has more words, more letters. It's what happens when you pick and choose what you want to look at. A little bit of like a rim clip or a rim bump on this side here. It looks, it's hard to tell on that one actually whether it was a clipped planchet or not. So, but very cool. It did not get a straight grade because it has a little bit of a scratch here in the field. Some scratches. So I think it's what you might call even a light cleaning to it. But overall, I thought it was a really neat piece. Very cool. And this is about a $300 coin also. We'll price it at like $285, but it's pretty cool. And that was some of the stuff I brought back. It's you know, I had a good time, and I hope you enjoyed looking at some of the random pickups that I got while I was at the Witter Coin show. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.